Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world, today has been treating you well. In today's video, as you can see from the title down below, I'm going to be talking to you today about SPF and specifically my top 5 SPF products that I love for underneath makeup. Not all SPFs are created equal. Even SPFs that claim to be a primer step for your makeup, there are so many that I have tried that do not work with makeup, and also just like they're not a great base for makeup. So I have 5 here that I want to talk to you about today that I put my stamp of approval on. These work well under makeup. These work well if you're just wanting them as your SPF step and you're not necessarily wanting to wear makeup over the top. And these are also sensitive, dry skin gal approved because that is the skin that I am living in. All of these work fantastically. So let's just dive straight on in. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more cruelty-free and affordable makeup reviews from little old me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But the first one that I want to talk about is from Beauty Bay. So some of these are SPF 50 and some of them are SPF 30. I'm not going to preach to you about the importance of SPF. I am taking it, you're here, you know, okay? I'm not going to be talking about that, and I also have no authority in this space. This is just my experience, but in winter and like spring, I'm okay, and like autumn time, I am okay using an SPF 30. I don't spend a ton of time outside. In summer, I need an SPF 50. I am pale. Okay, I need help. The tiniest little bit of sun and I will get crispy like a delicious rasher of bacon. So, she says rasher of bacon, I'm definitely a plant-based girly. Plant-based bacon. So, all of that rambling to say, this is an SPF 50. This is the by Beauty Bay SPF 50 UVA UVB face lotion. This is lovely and thin. It's so liquidy, it's serumy, and if I show you, it is so thin, but also it sinks in so beautifully. I do like to give my SPF step a little minute to sink in before I go in with any sort of makeup, but this one sinks in beautifully. Obviously, again, I'm not preaching to you, but you have to apply a decent amount. I don't know how this one would work if you had a deeper skin tone. Again, I am just coming from, this is my skin tone and this is the experience that I have, and this one is nice, but I feel like it could potentially leave a little bit of a white cast. Do your own research. Like I say, I don't know how this would work on a deeper skin tone, but for me, being very pale, this is a really great one. Again, sinks in beautifully, and SPF 50, so good. Perfect for in summer. I have been known to use this face, shoulders, knees and toes. Like I have been known to use this all over my face, and it is so nice and hydrating, as well as it offering that SPF coverage. Then I feel like this is a controversial one, but I'm gonna sort of go over that as well. So this is the E.L.F. Invisistick SPF 50. So it's no touch application. So this is in a stick. It looks like a sort of deodorant stick. Now, obviously you have to apply a decent amount to get the SPF coverage. We're all adults here. We know that. So I apply this all over and I sort of press it in and I wait a minute and then I go back in for more. Yes, you have to apply a lot, okay? You have to apply a really decent amount of whatever SPF it is to get that coverage. This, I mean, you can sort of see, I don't really love the packaging because it is a little bit fiddly, but like I get it. It is completely like clear on application, completely clear. Again, feels like a gel, feels like nothing, really. It feels like nothing on your skin, but like as you're drawing it over your skin, it does just feel, it's not like pulling, it's not dry, and it's also not silicone-y. It just glides over the skin, no effort at all. And again, I really like this one because this is so like nothing feeling on the skin. Like that Beauty Bay one, it feels hydrating, it feels serumy. This one feels like nothing. Like I could put this on and then not even know if I've put it on. So then of course I'm just going to go in with more to get my SPF coverage, you know? But this is lovely. And again, I've used this with so many different foundations, or maybe even just like concealer over the top, with brushes, with sponges, with, I'm fairly certain I've used this with like an actual then makeup primer, and lovely. I've had no problems with that one. Then first, SPF 30 that I wanted to talk about. This is the Inkey List Polyglutamic Acid Dewy Sunscreen SPF 30. This is the one that I have been living in all winter long. There's like basically nothing left in this now. I've been loving it and I will absolutely repurchase it. This is like my second or third tube of it. I love it. Polyglutamic acid is one of my favourite ingredients of all time. Also the Inkey List, but beautiful and hydrating. When I use this, when I use those other two, I would put a moisturiser on underneath. I don't need to put a moisturiser on underneath this one. I will go like toner, serum maybe, and then this. And it's so hydrating and so juicy looking on the skin. I have heard, I think it was Kelly Gooch, she spoke about this and she said that she doesn't think that it's very dewy. I absolutely do think that it is. It's so nice, and I mean, it's not illuminating, it's not glowy, but it does add that, I mean, I'm doing this as if I've got it on. I don't have it on, but it does add that juicy dewiness to the skin that as a dry-skinned, lizard-skinned girl, I love. And again, SPF 30 that works so perfectly under makeup. Now this one, I do give a really decent amount of time to sink in because it's got that polyglutamic acid in it and it is thicker. I mean, the back of my hand is going to be so sun protected, but it is thicker. It is more like a traditional sort of SPF texture, but it's got that beautiful juicy polyglutamic acid in it. I mean, that's not really the best. I've got so much sun cream on the back of my hand now. But it's so luxurious feeling on the skin. That's how it feels. It feels like it's giving your skin the biggest drink of water. Like I say, I love polyglutamic acid at the best of times, but this really is sort of sticky and juicy and just so delicious feeling on the skin. If you have dry skin, if you have sensitive skin, if you have any sort of like sensitivity where it can feel, what's the word that I'm looking for? I haven't had my morning coffee yet, so like words are not forthcoming. But if you have any areas where it's like, I don't want to put anything on this skin because it feels raw, this is so nice and like soothing and like pillowy on the skin. That's what I was looking for. Right, let me just get a tissue or something because I have got sun cream all over my hands now. So then the next product that I wanted to talk about, I have only been using this for 2 weeks-ish, but I love. I have used this every single day since I got it. This is the Byoma SPF 50 Sunscreen High Protection UVB and UVA Ultra Light Face Fluid. This really is, and I don't have the lived experience, so I don't know, but I think that this would be good if you had deeper skin as well. I don't see, obviously it's hard to tell because like I'm putting it on white skin, but I don't know if you would be able to see this on deeper skin tones. I don't know. If you have any experience, then leave it down below. But if you want the thinnest SPF and I don't need a moisturiser under this. Byoma are so deliciously hydrating. Like, so many of their products I just absolutely love. So much of my skincare routine, both morning and evening, is Byoma now. If you are wanting something that is so thin but also really like deeply hydrating, this is the one. If I just show you on the back of my hand here, it is ever so slightly tinted, sort of a little bit pink, but I do find, I mean, I don't love the packaging. I do wish that it was a pump rather than like a squeezy thing. But if I rub this in, you might be able to see where it doesn't stay white. It almost has like a clear, ever so slightly tinted pink base rather than the white, like the Beauty Bay one. Even after I rubbed that in, I felt like I could still see it a little bit white on my skin. The Byoma one is so thin, so serum-y feeling. It really does feel incredibly thin and lovely and hydrating. And I love that this one is an SPF 50. Now, what I have been doing, and I have done this with the Beauty Bay one as well, what I have been doing while I've been using this one is applying my full face of, like, doing all of my skincare, then applying my SPF and applying the right amount of SPF. I am not preaching, but that's what I was doing. I was applying a lot of SPF, and then I was mixing in SPF with my foundation to thin out the foundation, because I don't need a lot of coverage. I don't like a lot of coverage even on an everyday basis, but thinning out a foundation with a very liquidy feeling SPF to dial down the coverage, but to just increase that SPF a little bit. Even if your foundation has an SPF, and this one does, this is the Sleek in Your Tone foundation, this has SPF 30 in it, I would not trust that by itself. You're not applying enough foundation to get anywhere close to the coverage that you need. But again, I'm not preaching. So that mixed in with your SPF to dial up the SPF coverage, the SPF coverage, and dialing down the actual coverage of your foundation to get that nice like tinted moisturizer sort of a vibe. Beautiful. And I have only tried it with this foundation, so I don't know if it will work with all of them, but that is a tip that I like to do. In the summer, I often like to mix in something like a Halo Glow in with a foundation in the summer, again to like dial up the glow, to dial down the coverage of a foundation, to get that more tinted moisturizer sort of vibe. But I'm absolutely going to be doing it with my SPF during the summer, because that was beautiful. I am such a big fan of Byoma at this point. I love so many of their products, and this is just another one that's going right on that list of favourites. And then the last product that I wanted to talk about, I don't actually have, because I ran out and I need to repurchase, but I'm holding off repurchasing until I've got through like some of my other products, because there are other SPF products that I like that aren't the best, that don't necessarily work too great under foundation and things like that. So there are other products that I have that I'm like working my way through before I rebuy this one, and I will put a picture up. The E.L.F. Suntochable Glowy SPF. Now this is only an SPF 30. I want them to bring out this in an SPF 50, because I will be all over that. I don't know if they will, I am not in the know, but if they did, I would be front and centre purchasing that with my own money, because the finish of this, as a dry skin gal who wants to look glowy and hydrated at all time but absolutely does not want to drink water, this juices up the skin but actually adds that luminosity. It looks like you've got the Halo Glow on all over. It's so juicy and hydrating looking, but then it also adds your SPF coverage. And yes, it's only a 30, but it just adds a glowy, smooth base to the skin that looks delicious throughout the day. Like, you don't need to go in with foundation over the top of that. It just perfects your skin the slightest little bit. I find it the perfect amount of glow. There are other SPFs that I have tried, like the Supergoop one. For me, that is Tin Man. It was too much. I tried that one last year, the year before. It was too much for me. Under makeup, potentially, but the E.L.F. one is just perfect by itself. It's a one and done step, and you can actually apply enough of it to get the SPF coverage. And again, the glow that it gives as a dry skin gal, I don't know if you would enjoy it if you had oily skin. I don't know. That is not the experience of life that I have. That is not the journey that I am currently on. I am dry and I want to look glowy, so obviously an SPF that's got that glow is right up my street, and I am very much looking forward to having that back in my collection. But if you do want to go over the top of that E.L.F. one with a foundation, it absolutely works, and that glow comes through and it's there and it's beautiful. So they are the 5 products that I wanted to talk about. I would love to hear if you love any of these. I would love to hear if you have any recommendations for me. SPF is so important. Drink your SPF. Drink your SPF. Wear your SPF and drink your water. Oh my goodness. I need to go and make myself my morning coffee because I am not making any sense at all. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. I am going to leave these products linked down below. If you want to shop any of those, they may well be affiliate links. I'm just letting you know. You don't have to use those links. I appreciate it if you do. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.